The fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1C1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injuries openly, but
I just pretended that was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'll be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like, he wasn't a bad guy as far as we know.
Who said he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is. Oh wait, I gotta start Mixler. Hold on. Fuck, I always forget to do this now. I don't know why. This has been like my
the
biggest
bane of your existence.
yeah, it's been like I wish it would just start.
Mixler.
I wish it would just start up like when it's supposed to. And okay, here we go. Let's get this going on because. So for those that don't know, Mixler, mixlr.com/Joey-Fats. Is your home to watch or listen to this show?
Definitely not watch.
It is audio only, and you can watch it on Mixler and listen to it on Mixler and watch it on Facebook. But if you don't want to tie up your phone with Facebook Live or whatever, but you still want to listen to the live broadcast, just go over to Mixlr.com, mixlr.com/Joey-Fats, and you can listen to the live broadcast right there. Without having, and still be able to multitask. You can still browse Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Maybe not TikTok because you're watching videos all day, but whatever. You get what I point. You get my point.
Talkless. That was the original way to listen to this show. That was
it was the first and only way to listen to this show before we started going live.
That's how I got. Was it Steve Burton? Not Steve Burton.
Buckley. Steve Buckley.
Steve Buckley. Listened to this show.
WEI legend Steve Buckley.
Yeah, now Steve Buckley is way retired and does nothing.
Good for him. Happy for him.
Yeah.
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Thank you all for joining us on this absolutely beautiful Tuesday evening. Quick heads up, no show next week. We are taking next week off. I have a scheduling conflict. I actually have to work.
I too have a scheduling conflict. It's called kids.
Yes, that helps. Those they don't help the scheduling, but they do help in other ways. But we will not have a show next week, so just, a quick heads up for that for those who will be expecting it. I know we got going a little bit late here tonight. Whatever, you can blame Sean. He was talking to my wife about high school stuff. So
First of all, I got out of work really late, and then I got here late. So.
No, you got here relatively on time for when.
No, it was. I got here. It was 9 already.
Yeah, but that's like no.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
I walked in. It was 2 minutes of 9.
Oh yeah, but that's okay. We could have been on, and we could have been on at 9:05. Yeah, but you and Lauren were talking about high school stuff.
No, first of all, I got
people from high school.
No, I got a fucking B. That's how it started.
Oh,
right?
That's right. Yeah,
Let's not get into it.
Sean got a B. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about your B?
No, I'm not getting because first of all, I'm still fucking pissed. I'm not going to talk about it.
So Sean's taking online courses for continuing education courses, and
it's a college course.
He's very upset that he wrote a 23-page paper that he put a lot of effort into.
I don't get B's.
And his professor just haphazardly gave him a B with no explanation, no notes, no nothing. And he's very upset about it.
First of all,
what people need to know is that Sean is like 0.01% Asian. So this is devastating to his cause. Okay? Like, how it is Asian culture. You get a B, you dishonor family.
All right. First of all, I'm laughing right now, but I'm dead ass serious. Off the air, I was fucking mad as shit.
You were bullshit.
Mad. I'm still mad.
I know you were mad because I heard about this yesterday.
And my wife was like still stunned.
And I wasn't involved in the conversation. So I knew you were upset because your wife conveyed to my wife that you were upset, and then that eventually got to me.
And then when I contact the professor, I'm told I will mail you my comments.
Mail.
Mail.
Not email.
Not email.
Not email.
Not text. Not phone call. I
What
will
college?
mail.
What college is this?
I can't say it.
Oh,
It's in Boston.
Emerson.
No, it's close.
Is it BYU?
It's not BYU.
You sure?
It's not BYU.
It's not AOC territory?
No.
Because it sounds like a pretty AOC thing to do.
It is not AOC.
It's pretty
territory.
commie. But nonetheless, I get it. You're mad. He gets a B. He doesn't want a B. He gets a B somehow.
I wanted to be class valedictorian. I mean, that's when you get a B, it's like, oh, it's out the window now. It's like punching the balls.
I'm so glad I never gave enough shit about school to ever want to be any of those things.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe because I recognized from an early age that I was one of those C's get degrees kind of guys.
Nah,
You know,
see,
and that I
care.
will excel once I get to whatever it is I'm doing. I will excel at it. You know what I mean? I'm one of those assholes that couldn't give two shits about school. You know, but there's really nothing I can't do. Like, you need me to land a plane? I can do that. You need me to race a race car? I can do that. You need me to sail a boat? I can do that. You need me to fix something? I can do that. You know, like, what do you want me to do? Fix cars? Like, work on this? Do that? Mathematical equations? You know, any of this shit? I can do all that. That's fine. There's nothing I can't do. I just don't care to do everything. You know what I'm saying?
He said I'm going to a college in Africa. Fuck out of here.
Oh, there are Nigerian princes out there that have colleges that you can donate to, and they will double your donation back when
Kiss
the
my
college
ass.
gets accredited. But nonetheless, Sean is upset. He got a B. He doesn't understand that C's get degrees, and that's fine. That's all that matters. No one ever asked me on any job resume, in any job interview, and I never put my GPA on a resume ever. And no one ever asked me in an interview like, "Oh, what was your GPA?" No one cares. No one gives a shit. You know, some of the dumbest people I know have the most advanced degrees.
Well, it might be me now.
Maybe. 774-992-8702 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. We're going to be taking calls all night. We're going to get into week number 3 in the NFL season. Another disaster for my Broncos, a disaster for the Patriots,
Nah.
a disaster for the Baltimore Ravens.
A lot of teams looking like ass right now. Let's be real.
And we'll get into
Unless you're Buffalo.
You know, Buffalo looking okay. The Colts looking pretty fucking juggernautish. You know, with
Indiana Jones though is his nickname.
I'm
I'm not a fan of it.
I like it, but I still prefer Vanilla Vic.
Yeah, that's not picking up there.
I like Vanilla Vic.
People of Indiana, they're like, we're not going to call him that. They're like, that's not going to fly here.
No. Danny Dimes, I think, is the best one.
They're not going to call him that either. They're really doubling down on this Indiana Jones thing.
I know they're trying to make it. It's like they're trying to make fetch a thing.
Yeah.
Stop.
They're like, stop making fetch happen.
Fetch ain't gonna happen, bro. Well, we'll get into week number 3 in the NFL. We'll get into a week 4 preview. We'll do a little recap of the NASCAR bets from the week that was at New Hampshire International Motor Speedway.
Saudi Arabia giving Brady $75 million for one game.
I mean, that is crazy. And again, and we'll get into that. We can talk a little bit about that, and we'll get you into a preview. We'll do a little Kansas NASCAR betting preview. We can talk about my bad beat last night and my parlay. It wasn't really a bad beat. It was just a beat. Bad beat would be if you had the Rams with the points at the end of that game in Philadelphia, and then Jordan Davis just said, "I'm going to run 19 miles an hour to fuck you."
Yeah.
And he did, and that will get it. So we'll get into that, and we'll get into everything that was week 3 in the NFL. Again, your phone calls as well, 774-992-8702. We can see you in the chats. We can see you, for the most part in the chat. I got to get mine up. But we'll take any comments. We'll try to respond to y'all as best we can. We've got MLB action's getting a little hot and heavy right now, too. We've got, 5 games after tonight left for most teams. The AL wild card, hotly contested. Red Sox are right now in
it.
They're right now
kind of.
Well, they're in. They got a game lead. The Astros, and I want to say who else was on the outside looking in, but my Stros are on the outside.
No, not yet. The Stros are still in the picture.
No, they're in the picture, but they're on the outside of the cut line right now for the wild card. It's no bueno. They're a game back of the Red Sox. I know that much.
The only teams officially eliminated are Tampa Bay, Baltimore, A's, Angels, Twins, and Sox. Officially.
Yes, that makes sense. But the standings, if you go by the wild card standings,
yeah,
I believe the Astros are the first team below the cut line.
They are.
Yeah. They're a game back of the Red Sox. Stros have Oakland and L.A. left, and I believe the Sox have Toronto this week. Right now, they're playing Toronto. I think they were losing 1-0 last I checked, and then they've got Detroit, who is apparently Detroit is on like a historic slide.
Detroit is the 6th seed right now.
Yeah, which is kind of fucking crazy because they were running away with it, and now they are actually tied. They are 1-9 in their last 10 games.
Yeah, they're doing real well.
The Indians are 9-1 in their last 10, and the Indians now lead the American League Central.
They do. They're they're third.
Yeah, so they are. The Blue Jays look like they are probably going to lock up the 1 seed here unless the Yankees can catch them.
Can I be honest with you? It's going to come down to,
shot,
obviously, the Red Sox-Yankees play-in, which fucking MLB is going to be.
No, there's no play-in game anymore.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're
They got rid of
100%
that.
right. They did get rid of that. You're 100% right. MLB loving Red Sox, Yankees, immediate first entry game. That is instant ratings for them.
That would be good.
And then the winner of that immediately plays the Blue Jays. Another AL East divisional game. MLB is all about it.
Right now, I believe the Astros are in. No.
Astros are not in.
No, they're not. They're still 1 game, but Detroit, they're a game back still.
It's Detroit.
They're a half
Detroit's
game back.
number 6, Red Sox 5, Yankees 4.
Yeah, Detroit.
Cleveland's
So
3.
we need Cleveland to keep winning. Boston to lose. Did Boston win tonight?
I don't know. I didn't look at the Red Sox score at all.
Let me check because I think
And then
they were down 1-0, I believe. Yeah, it's 4-1 in the top of the 9th.
So
right now. Red Sox are up.
So they're probably going to win then because
Yep.
they're going to bring in what's his name. And then over in the West, you have the Brewers are the 1 seed. You have the Phillies in the 2.
Yep.
Number 3 is the Dodgers. Number 4, you have the Cubs. Number 5.
The Dodgers being number 3 is kind of funny to me because with all that talent and all that shit, but we know it doesn't matter. Once the postseason starts, they're just a wagon, and we're like,
Hey, how do you
fuck.
feel about Kershaw? We didn't talk about Kershaw. Well, he announced it in the last few days.
He announced it after our show last week.
Yeah.
Listen, it's the end of an era. It's a great career.
Didn't realize he's been pitching as long as he has. It feels
He's
like
been pitching a long time,
it,
man.
it
a
feels,
long time.
It feels like he's still relatively new to me.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you realize he's been doing this for over a decade, and I'm like, holy shit, he's been pitching for a long ass time.
Stroh's first pitch is at 10:05, so in about 15 minutes, the Stros will get out. I'm trying to see here what other games will impact are having that impact. Mets Cubs tied right now, 7-7 in the 7th. That's big for the Mets. I really want the Mets to get in because I want to see postseason Juan Soto. I really do. The postseason with Juan Soto in it is just so much better. The Yankees are losing right now to the White Sox in the bottom of the 9th, which is wild. Guardians won. The Indians beat the Tigers. So there's that, which I guess that's where now I think if the Astros win tonight, let me see here. Hold on.
If the
Astros win tonight, I think they will overtake the Tigers for that 6th spot.
Which at the pace the Tigers are going, the Astros are going to sneak in wildly.
It's crazy.
But I didn't know Clayton Kershaw. This is his 18th season.
Dude, it's been a long time.
18th season.
I know.
And he has a career ERA of 2.54.
That's insane.
That's Pedro
really,
Martinez-esque.
Really oh, I got to update that. What the hell? Yes, that is wildly impressive.
His only real, truly bad season was 2024. That's because he was injured most of the season. He had a 4.5 ERA. He only played 7 games.
Right.
And then actually, I should take it back. 2008, his rookie year, he played in 22 games. He had a 4.26. Other than that, his ERA was barely ever over 3, unless it was 2019, which it was 3.03, and this year, which it was 3.55. And he said this year is the first year which he hasn't felt the same since when he started, and that's why he's retiring.
And that's why he's retired. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, you feel it, you know what's coming. It's time to hang it up. You know what I mean? And for a lot of guys, I mean, that's kind of crazy because a lot of guys don't recognize that. And they'll, push it a year too long. But, good on him for recognizing it and getting through it. And, congrats on a great career. And honestly, if it's not the Astros winning it, I hope it's Kershaw getting another ring. That would be a nice send-off for him, I think. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there that hate the Dodgers and hate Kershaw and.
I really don't want the Dodgers to win just because the Dodgers is just buy everybody.
But I love that. And you know what? Honestly, I feel like that's good for baseball in a way because I feel like the Dodgers keep winning with this business model that they have, which is just buy up all the talent. You know, like a la the Yankees in the 90s and early 2000s. I feel like it'll eventually push baseball to be like, okay, we got to fix this. Like something's got to give here.
It hasn't worked that much. I mean,
nothing's ever 100%, right? Like you're going to have injuries, you're going to have bad bounces, bad breaks. But when you have that much talent on one team, to lose a 7-game series is going to be really hard. Like the shit's really going to have to hit the fan for the Dodgers to lose in 7 to anybody in the majors right now.
I mean, when did they start this astronomical spending spree? What year?
Like 2 years ago.
No, it was
3
way
years
before
ago.
that. No, it was before that.
Yeah, because when they
It
got
was
Freddie,
pre-COVID.
they got Freddie Freeman, and then they got Ohtani. So whenever they got them, maybe it was 4 years ago, maybe 5, but
I gotta look it up. When
it's been less than, I want to say it's been at most a half a decade since they've gone on. I mean, like they've always spent money. They've never been shy about going and getting, you know, good players. But, you know, ever since they got Mookie and, you know, all these other guys, like, because Mookie was still with the Red Sox when they won it in, 18? He didn't go to the Dodgers until, was it 19 or 20? He went to the Dodgers?
Mookie was 20.
So then it
21.
was 2020. So it's been 5 years since they really started this, like, absurd spending spree, and they've won, what, 1?
2.
2.
2020 and 2024.
And if they win this year, it'll be 3 out of 5.
So they've had multiple billion-dollar spending off seasons.
But 3 out of 5 World Series. When was the last time we saw somebody win 3 out of 5? The Yankees.
The Yankees, yeah.
The Yankees in the early 2000s. Like we haven't seen. That's the thing. Like because you had 99, 2000, 2001. Then you had the Dodgers in the Angels in 02. The Marlins in 03, the Red Sox in 04, the White Sox in 05, 06 was the Cardinals, 07 was the Red Sox again, 08 was who did Tampa Bay lose to?
Phillies.
The Phillies.
Wow, how did I know that? That was shocking
Right,
for me to
because that
remember
was what's his name, the first baseman there,
Howard.
Howard.
Wow. How do I know this so well?
Yeah, he
I
was
suck
awesome.
with baseball.
09 was
Yankees.
The
Yankees, because that was Texera.
A-Rod,
Texera.
Right, A-Rod finally got his
I
ring
want
with
the
Yankees.
Texera so bad, too.
Mm-hmm. 2010.
San Francisco Giants, because that was
that's
Fat
people,
Sandoval.
So I think actually no wait. How many did San Fran win? I think San Fran might have done it.
San Francisco did 3 out of 5. They did every other. They did the
every
Jekyll and
other
Hyde.
because they beat the.
That was Lincecum too. That was Lincecum, and that was the dude Barry Zito. Lincecum and Zito.
Barry Zito was unbelievable.
Holy shit! Where am I getting all this baseball information from? Did I get hit in the head?
So they had because that was the year they beat Kansas City in one of those years. Then Kansas City won one.
Kansas City did. Oh, Kansas City was 12.
Oh right,
no?
yeah. So right, San Francisco beat the Rangers. And then it was the Cardinals again in 2011.
Kansas City was 2015, right?
Then it was San Fran. Then St. Louis. St. Louis lost to the Red Sox.
No, St. Louis was 2011. They won.
Yeah, and then they lost to the Sox in 13.
Correct.
And then Kansas City in San Francisco in 14.
Yes.
Kansas City won it in 15.
In 15.
Then
the
it was
Cubs,
the Cubbies.
Then it was the Cubs because that was Theo.
And then it was the Astros' turn. So you had
Then it was Astros, Red Sox, Nationals, right?
Red Sox were 18. Astros
And then
lost to the Nationals. Yep.
Nationals, and then Dodgers.
And then the Dodgers. And
Braves.
Then the Astros beat the Braves.
No.
They lost to the Braves in that one?
No, because the Nationals win.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Braves won in 21. That's right. The Astros got their loss.
Braves win. The Astros
and
win
then
the next year.
Astros beat the Phillies the next year.
Yes,
in 22.
The Astros beat
right,
the Phillies.
Because that was the year I met a kid who worked for what was Allied Bank. He was on a cruise ship with us, and he was a big Phillies fan. And
I don't think I even knew this.
And we were texting back and forth between that whole series after the cruise.
Yeah. And then 2023 was the ass World Series that nobody watched. It was like the Rangers.
Arizona and the Rangers. The Rangers won.
The Rangers won, which nobody cared about. It was like the most not watched World Series ever.
And then Yankees-Dodgers last year sucked. The
Yes.
Dodgers just mowed them down.
Dodgers just murdered them.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was like the two biggest markets. You're like, yes, Yankees-Dodgers. Like, holy shit, we're finally going to see it. And then the Dodgers just, what was it, 4 games? Was it a sweep or 5? I think it was 5.
Gentleman's sweep.
I think it was a gentleman's sweep.
Destry, no before what? I don't know what you mean by that.
Yeah, 4-1. Dodgers over the Yankees.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And even the ALCS sucked. The Yankees won 4-1. The Dodgers did go to 6 against the Mets, but it wasn't that entertaining. But that was a great that series. I thought that Dodgers-Yankee series was going to be a lot better than it turned out to be, but the Dodgers were just such a wagon, dude.
So obviously 4 out of 5 was done from 96. 97 ruined it by the Marlins. So 96, and then 98, 99, 2000 to the 96, 98, 99, 2000 were all the Yankees. So they won 4 out of 5.
So you had the Dodgers, Rangers, Astros, Braves.
Start spreading your cheeks.
Dodgers again. Yeah, so no one's done 3 out of 5 since. Did San Fran do 3 out of 5?
Yes,
1,
they did. They did it. They did
2.
2010, 2012, 2014.
Right. Okay. So that was the last time 3 out of 5 was done.
Yeah. So it was,
and they did it, and they did it in a much different way than what the Dodgers are doing.
And those were much different teams. Those
Much
are just
different.
those are
yeah,
like
right.
3.
You had Fat Pablo, but you had, like you said, you had Zito and Lincecum. You know,
when
like,
they were good, and that's it. They fell off a cliff
they
after
were
that.
nasty in those years.
Remember, Zito had that 12-6 curve.
Unreal, dude. Zito's curveball was ridiculous.
And then his career ended. And then Lincecum's arm fell off completely. He went from all gas to just no gas. And then both careers just died, and the team was all done.
But that's what happens with pitchers. All of a sudden, like, you're just don't ask me what those sound effects were. But anyway, so that's our baseball minute. Good. I'm listening.
You know, hey, I'm very proud of myself.
I'm just praying to God the Astros get in because I want to see the Astros in the playoffs because playoff Altuve, it's getting to the point now where we need to start putting Jose Altuve in the same category as David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Derek Jeter.
You mean my son?
In terms of like clutch MLB postseason hitters, you know, it's David Ortiz is the GOAT. He is the god. He is the holy grail of postseason clutchness. But I mean,
shout out to my son.
But not for nothing. I mean, statistically, Manny Ramirez was better in the postseason in the clutch than David Ortiz. But David Ortiz had the big moments. When the moment was as big as it could possibly be, David Ortiz rose to the occasion.
But David Ortiz is more likable, and the media loves that.
Absolutely. But again, and I'm not taking away from Manny Ramirez, but David Ortiz, like the home run against the Tigers, the grand slam against the Tigers, when Torrey Hunter goes over the wall. You know, the home run in game 4 of the ALCS, the fights it off the center field in game 5. You know what I mean? Like every time it seemed like the moment was like
the speech he gives the players,
then
goes out and bats like 700 in the playoffs,
750 in the playoffs.
Yeah,
dude. Like that with his electric yellow gloves.
Yes,
which I fucking loved. David Ortiz might be my favorite all-time baseball player. Like he's up there with Tim Wakefield and Mike Timlin for me.
Timlin.
Mike Timlin's my dude. Bro.
What about? Listen,
I love Mike Timlin. He was like one of my favorite fucking relievers of all time. He just looked like he would slug a pint of Jack before he came out of the bullpen.
He did,
and just fucking blow you away.
Him and Embry. Embry had like
Embry was awesome.
A whole mouthful of chew.
You know who I fucking love too? Trot Nixon. With the stirrups, like with the socks all the way up.
Trot Nixon, I guarantee you, looks exactly the same except with gray hair, and he's still, I guarantee you, in hunting gear in a tree, like killing deer somewhere.
Like him, Timlin, and Wakefield would go hunting like every year. Like
Millar.
Millar. They're all hunting buddies, and I love that. They were just like a bunch of fucking awesome rednecks, dude, that fucking were nasty at baseball. And obviously Tim Wakefield, probably, I'd say,
sadly,
second favorite pitcher of all time.
Well, yeah, sadly, him and his wife passed away like
I know.
it's nice that the Red Sox, I will give the Red Sox credit, they essentially tell the kids they can come out to the games whenever they want, free of charge whenever they want. And basically, Varitek and his family take care of Wakefield's kids.
Vitek's another one who's very much in my top 10 of all-time favorite players.
So Wakefield's son and daughter are basically always at the park now, like with the team, which I think is incredibly sweet.
Yep.
Where was I just gonna go with that? I was just gonna say something about the old teams, and I blanked out.
That's okay. We were talking about Alan Embry, hunting buddies, Millar, Timlin, relievers. You know, like Keith Folk, I'll always be forever indebted to because he came in and he won. You know, he saved that 04 season. You know,
yeah, he's a big Boston guy.
Back when I used to be a true Red Sox fan.
Oh yeah, speaking about Red Sox fan, I know everyone knows how I feel about the Red Sox this year and like watching the team and shit like that. But when they did get rid of Devers, and I still was against the way they did it, and it ended up working out very well for them. Ortiz was texting Devers like, "What's going on with you? Why are you skipping meetings? This and that." And then Ortiz, of all people, after they traded him, he was basically like, "Dude, you're a bitch." And he put it out for everyone to see. But he pulled it in like whatever it is, Spanish or whatever language it is. Mm-hmm. And he put like, "You're a bitch," laughing emoji. And I was like, and he put this online. Like, Ortiz is a crazy person.
I love David Ortiz.
He bleeds Boston though. You can get
when you think of all-time clutch players, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, you know, Tom Brady, David Ortiz. Like guys that just never ever seem to fail when the spotlight got
the moment
the brightest.
Never got to them ever.
Never.
Nope.
And it's just like, dude, like you gotta like give him a nod and say like, God damn, dude, like this dude was unreal. And I put him in that. He is in the elitist of elite category when it comes to clutch in sports, and that goes for every sport.
When he retired, people were saying you could probably play for another 2-3 years just DHing. He's like, I know, I just don't want to.
Yeah.
We could have used him too.
Yeah, they could have.
But,
those are some lean years. But, you know, like I still think back to, like, you know, missed opportunities. And, like, you know, 2003 was a big missed opportunity, obviously. Aaron fucking Boone.
Well, I mean.
2005 against the White Sox, I feel like they missed an opportunity big time because I don't feel like the White Sox were a better team than the Red Sox that year.
They weren't, but that wasn't a complete team in 2005 either. That was like a very, like.
But it was the same.
They were living
team.
off the high.
It was the same team. They just tried to run it back.
Yes, they did.
And
that's the problem. You can't run it back.
You've got to. What do we always say? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. But that was, again, a missed opportunity, I felt. And then, you know, 2008, I think, was the biggest missed opportunity for the Red Sox in that era because that's when they traded away Manny Ramirez midseason and they did nothing to replace him. And when you got to the back half of that lineup in 08 and Game 7 of that ALCS against Tampa and David Price came in, you're like, well, who's going to be the hero here? Julio Lugo? Varitek basically was just at that point, he was only in the lineup because he was catching and he was the only guy that could catch. And we're like, well, fuck. Like, it was Lugo, Varitek, and I'm trying to think of who the ninth, the 8th, 7th or 8th, 9th, whatever hitter that lineup was that night. But it was like we got to that point of the night, and I'm like, game's over. Series season's over, dude. Like, David Price was coming out of the bullpen as a reliever at that point. He was throwing absolute nitrous.
Yeah, and they still didn't win.
And no, they ended up getting stomped. I think they lost in 5.
David Price, even though he won the World Series here with us, I did not want that dude on this team, and I was right.
Nobody liked David Price when he was here, though. He was so abrasive and such a punk.
What are you talking about? Apparently, people love David Price here.
No one loved David Price. Anyone who said they loved David Price, he was lying.
What you talking about?
Yeah.
He was loved.
Yeah, no, fuck him. Cool. You go to World Series for the Sox. Awesome, but nobody liked him.
What, you didn't like that he drove a tank to Pawtucket and he showboated to everybody?
Right.
And he didn't pay for the dinner for all the Pawtucket players that were playing down there. He just paid for himself and left.
He was such a scumbag, dude. He was such a prima donna scumbag. But nonetheless, but no, I think there was missed opportunities. Like Ortiz to me, I feel like should have instead of 3 because it was 04, 07, 13. I feel like he should have at least 2 more.
He should have 5, yes.
I feel like 05 and 08, they really should have.
I mean, Beckett fucking around.
Well, the 06 season they were a good team in 06, but that was one of Beckett's like down years.
Yep.
And then 07, Beckett had his up year. You know, because what did he give up that year? 30-something home runs?
Yeah.
Beckett gave up like 36 home runs or something.
That was his Beckett was like, whatever.
You know,
he wasn't paying attention.
And everybody was just like, oh, here comes the blister. You know, here it comes. We already know what's going to happen. He's got a blister on his finger. Anyway, but that's our baseball segment. Glad you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But you know what? Fun. We'll talk more about baseball when the playoffs actually hit.
Which next week, though, we won't be here next week. But in 2 weeks when we get back,
Well, at least have like Red Sox. I guarantee you, it's gonna be Red Sox Yankees, 100%.
I hope it's Stros Yankees because we own the Yankees, so it'd be nice to see the Stros.
I think the Red Sox will absolutely take care of the Yankees because the Yankees have not played us well this year at all.
No, but the Yankees right now are getting healthy and they're getting right, and I feel like that they're going to be. But we own the Yankees. The Astros own the Yankees.
I feel like the Yankees just struggle every year now at this time.
Well, they've won one World Series since the late 90s, early 2000s, since 01. Which actually, no, they lost in 01, didn't they? No, they did win in 01.
No, they lost in 01.
They lost in 01.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Was that Diamondbacks?
Arizona, yeah. They lost in Arizona.
That was Big Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling.
Kurt Schilling. They lost in 01, and that was since 2000, so 25 years. In 25 years, they've won one championship.
Who was the third baseman that was like smashing out of the park in that World Series for the Arizona? Gonzaga, something like that with a G?
No, it was oh my God, what's his name? Didn't he end up coming to play for the Red Sox?
Nah, you're thinking about the Marlins third baseman. That was Lowell.
Oh, Lowell, Mike Lowell.
No,
right.
not him. Arizona third baseman.
Fuck, I know this. I had this in a trivia question.
I thought it was
too.
a G name.
I think you're right.
Gonzalez?
It was something Gonzalez.
Yeah, I might be cheating though. There's too many Gonzalez in baseball.
No, you're right.
I may be borderline racist.
Third base.
Gonzalez in baseball. But yeah, shout out to my son for hitting 3 for 4 yesterday. Proud of him.
The fuck was his name? Luis Gonzalez.
Yeah!
Luis Gonzalez.
I'm not an asshole.
He was a left fielder, not third base.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Thought it was left field. Thought it was third base.
Yeah, he went ape shit that year.
Yeah, he was great. He was like one of like the MVPs. If it wasn't for Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling, he was like the next MVP.
They had Damian Miller at catcher, Mark Grace at first, Jay Bell at second,
wow,
Tony
Jay Bell.
Womack at short, Matt Williams was the third baseman. Then you had Luis Gonzalez, Steve Finley, and Reggie Sanders in the outfield. I mean, this was a team of not big names.
No, just the left fielder then. I thought he was third base.
But obviously you have Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson.
Who else they have for pitchers? Any other big name pitchers?
Let me see.
Randy Johnson. That's all you needed.
Anybody huge. They had a lot of good guys that just did their job, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randy Johnson and Schilling were the ace. They were the 1-2 punch. And that's what, when the Red Sox went out and, they built that 04 team, they got Schilling because they were like, we saw what he did with Randy Johnson. Let's see what he can do with Pedro Martinez. Because in 03, we didn't have that second horse that was like, we needed – at that point, you needed 2 number ones, basically, in your rotation.
You did.
To win a World Series. Because when that rotation shortens down to 4, you need, you need that depth. You need those top-end guys. And, that's what so that's why the Red Sox built that team the way that they did. But
yeah, and also they needed a guy to close out the bullpen, too, because as the year prior would show you, you can't just throw Wakefield out there and be like, oh, he's fine.
If it's high, let it fly. If it's low, let it go. And boy, did fucking Boone let it fly. 774-992-8702. Do you want to get your reminiscing Red Sox thoughts on the air? Go ahead. Give us a call. We're all for it.
Remember we had Byung-Young Kim who got introduced.
Byung-Young Kim.
He got introduced. They're like, Byung-Young Kim. They booed him and he went,
yeah.
The best middle finger.
Dude, we had some crazy Japanese relievers like Uehara.
Uehara was nice.
What was the other one? We used to freaking with the Okajima.
Okajima was nice too.
And those were guys
Matsuzaka!
Those were guys that were they're gonna be like 5th or 6th guys out of the bullpen, and all of a sudden they were set up
closers.
They're our closers now. They were crazy. It was wild how the Red Sox were able to get those.
They always
low key just find those Japanese pitchers that were just nasty for 1 or 2 years. And
it was always so fucked up. But they always had the banger Japanese songs coming out like dong 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 dong. They're ready for the bullpen, and you're like, hey, they picked those songs. It wasn't the guy in the booth.
It ain't us, bro. We ain't culturally appropriating shit.
But then, hey, if you go back and watch those Nesson ones, if it's on late at night and they have old games, people were dressing up as Asian people and you can't do that today. Today you'd be like, you have Mayor Wu. You'd be like, get him out of here.
What was it? Was it what's his name? Balfour from the Oakland A's. The Balfour Rage. He was the Austin pitcher, remember?
Yes.
He used to come out to 1 by Metallica.
Yes.
And in that, he came out to close out a game in the divisional series, and like there's the one guy in like the sumo mask, and he's just going like this, like punching the air. It's so fucking funny, dude.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like-
Yeah, was that 2001?
13,
That was 2013.
12, 13.
I thought that was way earlier than that.
Let me see. I'll look it up. It was Grant Balfour. That's what it was. Let's see. Grant Balfour, 2012
Wow, I thought it was way earlier than
at
that.
the Coliseum. Yeah, that was shit. That shit was funny, dude. That was wild.
Destry, get out of here.
What?
He goes, nah, if you're Asian, you're white. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at Sean. I mean, he's just
Man, that was the craziest
you're
DNA kit.
you're the only Asian I know that's got a B this week. So
Fucking.
it's a tough road. It's a tough road. But all right, let's get into some NFL. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the Patriots and the Steelers?
Yeah, we can start. Let's start there.
Because
Like,
I
we didn't
think
start there last
this is pretty cut and dry. It's pretty straightforward.
a lot of shooting yourself in the foot this week. But you know what? Pittsburgh Steelers came out of the gate 14-0, and they were scoring at will.
I thought it was going to be a blowout when I saw
Me
14-0,
too.
and I was like, I know a bunch of friends of ours that are Steelers fans that were at
Yeah.
the game, and I was like, oh, good, they're going to have a fun time. This is going to be a stress-free game for them. Like,
Literally,
about time.
they did
Round.
14-0. The defense said that is the last points in yardage you're going to get until the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They did amazing. The defense said no more points. And then the offense continued to move the ball at will and then would fumble or intercept the ball 5 times between then and the end of the game.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So, I mean, I felt pretty good. I mean, I didn't obviously like the turnovers, especially fumbling going into the end zone.
The fumble going into the end zone was bad, but the fumble when Drake May was trying to escape the pocket,
Terrible.
and it almost looked like he was about to, like, pitch it,
Yes.
and he gets fumbled. Like, you just got to, at that point, like,
He does that a lot.
You got to take the L, and that's a teachable moment for him. Take the L, live to fight another day. Don't give the Steelers the short field. I don't think it hurt them on that particular drive, but again, it flips the field position and it just makes your life. Now you're just climbing uphill for the next, whatever, however long it takes.
Right.
The other one, the interception that he threw in the end zone, that's a soul crusher because that's taken 3 points off the board.
It did get tipped.
It did get
It
tipped
tipped at the line,
tipped a
and then it
little
became
bit,
a floater. So
but
I was like,
I think even if that wasn't tipped, it wasn't thrown on enough of a rope. And if you watch the corner, I forget who it was that picked it off, but he was already
yeah,
running
the
back
air.
to the spot. It was going to be picked one way or another. So, and that one kills you because that takes 3 off the board. And then now that changes the whole dynamic of the game going forward.
Yeah.
So, but again, teachable moments for Drake May. Like Drake May is going to last year was a throwaway year. All right, I don't care what happened last year. I don't want to hear about last year. That team was a giant fucking clusterfuck of a mess last year.
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is he redshirted last year. This is his first year as the starter on a team that we now expect to see improvement from.
It's also a totally different offense too.
Correct, and again, that's why I'm not counting last year really at all. I think this year is this year. Look at it in a vacuum. Forget what happened last year. I don't think Drake May was anything spectacular last year anyway. I know people keep saying, like, no, he was really good. Now, he made some plays with his athleticism and his arm, but he didn't sit there and be like, I wasn't sitting there being like, oh, wow. Oh, this kid can read a defense. Oh, this kid, he's got it. Like, he's already got this down. Like, the game still looked too fast for him at times.
Right.
And I know that's a product of a lot of what's around him and whatnot, but listen, we talk about it all the time. It takes 4 weeks in this league now to really figure out what you are.
Yeah.
By this week now, by Sunday, you are what you are.
Correct.
You're running what you brung at this point, and you're either gonna get better or get worse, but you're not gonna stay the same. One of two things is gonna happen. Listen, do I think the Colts are gonna maintain this torrid pace of being undefeated and losing? No. Do I think the Colts are going to be a better team? I did pick Danny Dimes to be comeback player of the year.
Correct.
Preseason, so I got that going for me. You're welcome. If you put money on that one, congratulations. I didn't because it wasn't available on FanDuel for some reason, but whatever. But I would have had it been. I would have thrown a dime on Danny Dimes to be comeback player of the year because I thought it was about as much of a shoo-in as you could get. And it's a double fuck you to the Giants, who we'll get to them in a minute as well. That being said, Sean, I don't think the Colts are going to keep up this winning at this rate. I think they're going to hit some stumbling blocks. Teams are going to start figuring out what they're doing, and things will start to come around and come alive on them, and they'll be like, oh shit, okay, hold up, like yeah. We're not going 14-3 and winning the AFC South in a runaway here. This isn't Peyton Manning. We got some problems.
Right, of course.
And the roster is not exactly that good. It is fairly shallow, if you will. But they're playing well. They're overachieving. They're off to a better start than anybody could have possibly asked for them to get off to. What else can you say? They are what their record is, right? They're a very impressive 3-0 team right now. Not because they're very good. I mean, they did whoop the shit out of the Titans. But it's more impressive because we had such low expectations for them. To see them do this.
Yes,
correct.
Like, correct.
All right, like this is a pleasant surprise, if you will.
Right.
Again, do I think that the Chiefs and the Ravens, one of which is going to be 1-3 next week?
Yeah.
Like one of these teams is going to be 1-3 after next week.
Should we automatically write one of those teams off for the rest of the year?
No.
Exactly.
I don't think so. Any team with Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes probably isn't going to go anywhere anytime fast. Do I think the San Diego Chargers are going to be world beaters? No. They're the Chargers. If anyone's going to figure out a way to fuck this up,
it's them.
It's the Chargers. So, like we always say, Chargers going to charge, bro. But my point is with the Steelers and the Patriots, yeah, I get it. You want to be upset and mad because there was missed opportunities, and the Patriots probably could have won that game, maybe even should have won that game.
Right.
But we've got to remember, this is a Steelers team that has got a veteran head coach. They've got, a future first ballot Hall of Famer under center. They've got weapons on the outside. They've got, from what we saw last year, it hasn't really shown up too much this year yet, but a world-class defense. Or at least they've got
a good defense. They've got Hall of Fame worthy defensive end.
They've got an above-average collection of talent on defense.
Yes.
All right, I said the Steelers were going to be a problem this year. They're going to be a problem. Now, again, I think that these games like this early in the season, you kind of have to take them with a grain of salt because, like we said, the first 4 weeks of the season now are basically extended preseason. We don't know what we have yet. We'll know after this week. We should start to get a crystal clear idea of what's going on. And then, of course, in classic NFL fashion, somebody will get hurt, something will happen, and the world will turn upside down. And we'll be like, where the fuck did this guy come from? What the hell happened here? So on and so forth. So we think we know, but we don't know. But we like to pretend that we think we know. So as a Patriots fan, if I'm a Patriots fan right now, I want to see Drake May clean up the fumble. I want to see him clean up the interceptions. I want to see him clean up the sloppy plays. And just start showing steady signs of improvement. I don't need you to go out and win, 5 games in a row for me to be convinced. I don't think the Patriots are that kind of team. I think they're going to nickel and dime their way to about 9-10 wins. And I had them losing this game preseason. So this isn't a surprise to me. I'm not shocked that the Steelers won. I'm kind of a little bit surprised how close it was, to be quite frank. I thought the Steelers would have put a better show together, especially when it was 14-0, like you said.
Right.
I'm sitting here going like, oh God, this is going to be a blowout. Like
I had the same gut feeling too.
But
we can't stop him already.
But the Patriots defense found a way to slow Aaron Rodgers down.
Stop him completely. They just kept forcing him to punt.
Yeah. And hey, like Peyton Manning always says, every single drive needs to end in a kick. Whether it's a field goal, an extra point, or a punt. If you end every drive of the day in one of those 3 ways, you're probably going to win that game. So you've got to have – that's the mentality for a lot of these teams. And, again, a lot of these teams right now are just kind of like still trying to figure out who the fuck they are. So it's the Patriots being one of them. They've got a new coach, a new scheme, a new offense. They got new players. Stephon Diggs is still running around like he's not quite sure what's going on.
Yeah, he still isn't fitting in.
And he's not what he was even 2 years ago. So – everybody got excited about Stephon Diggs. I'm like, I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's not a negative yet, but I don't think he came here with any expectations other than kind of the Patriots being what they are.
I feel like
if he did, shame on him.
I feel like he should be doing more. Like.
Do you though?
I don't know. I feel like he's not out there as much. I don't know if it's if he's just not getting it, if he's just not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and they're not playing him as much because he's not.
I mean, not for nothing.
He's not even
Stephon
playing.
Diggs
He's
does
not playing enough snaps.
He does not strike me as a Josh McDaniels offense type guy.
Yeah, that's what the kind of the beat writers are saying. They're like, when he's out there and it's a running play, he's not blocking, and that's kind of what they asking him to do, and he's not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I asked myself, would Bill Belichick have signed Stephon Diggs?
Probably not.
Again, what do we always say? Wide receivers are a dime a dozen. Get the ones that fit your scheme and are going to do the things you want them to do. Great. He can go out and make one-handed catches and all this other crazy shit, and maybe at the, towards the end of the year he'll find his stride, and he'll improve, and he'll be a contributor to this team, and in a big way.
Maybe.
And but do I think that's probably the case? No. No. Do I think they could have done whatever they're going to end up doing without Stephon Diggs? Yeah.
Probably.
But that's not a shot at Diggs. It's I've seen what Josh McDaniels' system looks like.
Yeah.
It doesn't require a Stephon Diggs type of receiver.
It doesn't. It requires a lot of Efton Chisholm type guys, which you haven't seen yet. It requires a lot of Danny Amendolas, Julian Edelmans, Troy Browns, David Patterns.
Guys that are willing to sacrifice personal statistics for the good of the team.
Correct.
Not for nothing, but Diggs isn't that guy.
Diggs is an outside, throw me the ball deep, let me get 150 yards.
He's a typical receiver. I want to win.
Yeah.
And if we can't stop me and I keep catching the ball and you keep throwing it to me, we're going to win.
Yes.
And I get that. I get that mentality.
He's like, I got Cardi B impregnated. You guys know that, right? Like, I should also be catching the ball because of that, too.
He got a date rapist pregnant. It's crazy. It's a wild thing to have to think of. It's like, wow, so you decided to knock up a woman who went on record and bragged about drugging and robbing men.
Do you know, like, three months ago, he was on a boat hooking up with, like, 3 random chicks?
Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like, it's like another offset situation. It's the same exact thing.
I mean, it's just, whatever, dude.
It's just.
As long as he does, hey, listen. As long as he's on a boat with chicks and not like 6 or 7 dudes with like mesh tank tops,
What does Matthew McConaughey say? Time is a flat circle. We just keep doing the same thing.
We just keep doing the same things. All right.
But overall, and to kind of jump on what Deshu said here in the chat, he said, "Hey, you're giving May a break, saying a different coordinator, but Mac had 3 different offenses."
Whoa! I'm the biggest Mac defender in this room.
Listen, I said after year 3, okay, I defended Mac after year 2, and I said, listen, you need to give this kid a 3rd year. He needs to take a step after year 3. Year 3 was arguably Mac Jones' worst year as an NFL player. He showed no signs of progress. He showed no signs of any kind of progression. He effectively got worse. And you had to make the point at that case that, like, he was a lost cause. And he was at that point. And I'm happy for him. I am going to be his biggest supporter. I'm glad he did well in San Francisco.
He ultimately got on a ship that was sinking that nobody knew was sinking until it was too late.
Correct.
He got on the Titanic right after it hit the iceberg.
And he said,
and everybody was still like, no, we're fine. Don't worry about it.
He's seen all the right things in San Francisco, too. He says, hey, I'm happy to get Brock's team to 2-0 while he's been out. I'm excited for when Brock comes back and leads this team. Hey.
Understanding your role.
Yep.
And that's what being a team player is all about. You got to understand your role and you fit in a situation. But again, Mac Jones got another win on Sunday.
Yes, he did.
So
he's playing decent.
And again, I was a big Mac Jones defender.
Yeah, he's a nice kid.
I thought Mac Jones was going to be great in New England. I thought Bill Belichick had found his neck. I was like, oh, fuck you guys. You just come out of the woodwork and just like that, just, like you have a couple of down years with Cam Newton and you're like, fuck it. Let's just go get this kid. And I'm like, no, fuck you. You guys should have to suffer first. And that's why I was happy the Steelers won on Sunday, because I want you to suffer a little bit. I want you to have to go through those pains like all 31 other teams in the league have had to go through for the last 20 years.
We're gonna play one of your favorite teams. Well, one of your dog teams that we're gonna play on Sunday.
What do you guys have Sunday?
Carolina Panthers.
With their sharp teeth and claws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only up-and-comers.
I mean, Ted McMillan looked fucking unstoppable on Sunday. I did not have them blanking the Falcons.
Yeah, what the fuck is happening with the Falcons out there?
Michael Penix looked like, I think, what
lost.
Everybody thought Michael Penix was going to look like. And it's sad that Michael Penix looked that way because I like Michael Penix.
Yeah, he didn't. He shouldn't.
The
have
mighty
like
Penix Laser did not look very mighty at all. It looks quite flaccid, actually. The whole Falcons team did. It's just, it is what it is. But to that degree, Sean, again, I'm not overreacting to a Week 3 loss for the Patriots.
No,
I picked them to win.
I feel great.
I picked them on the upside to win 10 games. I feel like that's still in the wheelhouse. The schedule, Miami is a complete fucking gutter trash. The Jets are ass. I don't care how well they played the Steelers in Week 1 or whatever it was, or Week 2. The Jets are garbage. The Patriots should be able to salvage this season, and they might not make the playoffs, but they're gonna be in the conversation come the last 3 weeks of the season.
Absolutely,
they're gonna be one of those teams on the side that says in the hunt. You know what I mean? And I don't know anybody that's going to go into the playoffs being like, oh, no, I really don't want to play them. But then again, you don't know. If they get hot and win 5 or 6 in a row, maybe you don't want to play them. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like at the end of the season. We'll see if that where that defense has progressed to and what the offense is doing and how Drake May is looking. I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to.
Correct.
So not a bad week. I mean, it's never a good week when your team doesn't win. But as a Patriots fan, like at this point, you've got to stress the positives, and you just got to take away like little things here and there. Like, the defense shut down. Steelers got out to a 14-0 lead.
Drake May's
and you almost shut them out for the rest of the game.
Drake May's 200 yards shy of 1,000 yards already in the season.
I mean, yeah,
that's not great, but I'm saying like that's a positive. Like,
right? Okay, they're moving the ball.
I mean?
They're moving the ball. They got to clean some things up. You know what I mean?
100%.
The turnovers you want to see cleaned up for sure.
Absolutely.
Because those are game killers.
All of your running backs can't be fumbling the ball. That's a problem.
Running backs.
Your top 3 running backs can't be fumbling the ball consistently.
No, cannot do that. That is not good. Fumbles, like I said, drive's got to end in a kick. One way or another, the drive has to end on the foot of somebody. But same idea, like same thing with the Broncos. My Broncos lost. We snatched defeat from the jaws of victory yet again for the second week in a row. Losing the gun on a field goal. Ancient old Keenan Allen ends up making a fucking, grabbing a touchdown.
That man needs surgery bad.
With blanket coverage on him, nonetheless. Somehow comes away with the football to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix airs it out, 4th down. On 3rd down, goes for Cortland Sutton just off his fingertips. They had 3 deep balls that went off the fingertips of receivers. And again, this is why, like, as a Broncos fan, I'm not panicking yet. We started off the season 2-2 last year.
Right.
Or we started off 0-2 last year. We lost to the Steelers and the Seahawks to start the season. And then we go on the road and we beat Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, and then on the road and we beat Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. 2 games that I was like, they're going to be 0-4. And I'm sitting there going, we might be. This might be. But all of a sudden, they turned it on. The Broncos started slow last year. They're starting slow again this year. They will get it right. They will get it going. They do need to address something. Something's got to give at middle linebacker. I don't know what the hell is going on with Alex Singleton, but he just looks lost, or there is some big-time disconnects there in the middle of that defense.
Is he missing tackles, or what's happening? Because he's getting tackles.
So there was one play where they had the running back, Patrick Surtain had the running back wrapped up, and he's going for the strip, and Alex Singleton comes in, just throws a shoulder into him, and ends up popping Najee Harris free, and he goes down the sidelines for 50 yards. Instead of grabbing him and throwing him to the ground, he just comes in and just tries to knock him out with the shoulder.
He's trying to get the big hit.
And ultimately ends up popping him free from the defense, and he goes for a big play. And I'm like,
Didn't Najee Harris get hurt on that play, though?
Yeah, no. He ended up getting hurt on a play-action fake, I believe late in the first or early in the second. Late in the second, I mean.
Was it a non-contact?
Yeah, torn Achilles.
Oh, shit. I didn't know it was torn Achilles.
He took one step, and he went to, go for the play fake and went down to the point Justin Herbert had to jump over him, over his crumpled body, jumped over him, and did deliver an absolute strike after he jumped over him, set his feet, and threw a laser across the middle of the field, which is actually really impressive and kind of fun to watch. But you felt bad for Najee because I knew it as soon as he went down. I'm like, he's fucked. That's an Achilles.
Damn.
Because he went down and immediately started grabbing his left ankle.
God damn.
That's a wrap.
Poor
Sorry,
guy.
dude. I know. And he was playing well, too.
He's already blind, too.
And he's a good player and a good dude, and I like him, and that's too bad, for him. But again, this is what the Chargers do, right? Starts with Najee Harris, then it'll be Keenan Allen, then it'll be this guy, then it'll be this guy. and by week 9 or 10 they'll be a walking mash unit. And this 3-0 division lead that they have, because they've, you got to remember the Chargers have started off the season with 3 division games. They're 3-0, so they got a 3-0 division lead right now. They're gonna blow it. They're probably not gonna end up winning the AFC West. Mark my words, because the Chargers are gonna charge, and that's what they do. The Broncos are this fucking close, Sean. I mean, this close. And when they close that gap and they get it right, this team's gonna take off and they're gonna start rolling. We saw it last year, week 3, 4, 5, 6. They hit a stride.
That's right. That's what I mean.
And they're gonna get going. Yeah, it's the little things. It's this, set your feet, the timing, the dumb shit.
Yeah.
The very easily correctable shit that would have normally been corrected through the preseason by this point, but we don't have that anymore, so you can't really rely on it. We have the Bengals on Monday night in Mile High. We'll be 2-2 after that game. Then we go on the road and play Philly. Not exactly an ideal situation.
Philly's struggling on offense
But
this year.
Listen, if you go into Philly and upset the Eagles, all of a sudden the narrative on this team changes. So right now everybody's pretty low on the Broncos. Like, what the fuck is going on? They suck. Oh, they're ass. They're trash. This, that, and the other thing. Keep talking shit. But if we go into Philly and pull off an upset, which I think we can, that changes the whole narrative on the season. Because the Broncos are like a quarter inch off on multiple things. I mean, they've got a lot of shit to clean up, don't get me wrong. Adam Troutman at tight end, I don't know what the fuck he was doing on a couple of plays last week. He just looked lost on these running plays. I think J.K. Dobbins, his first 4 runs, he had 4 carries for -4 yards to start the game. Like, I'm like, what are we doing? And then they still managed to have a 20-13 lead late into the fourth quarter, and the defense, ended up giving up the touchdown to Keenan Allen. Bo Nix can't connect with Cortland Sutton on the deep ball on third down and short, which I can't hate the call because it was there. The call was there. It was worked, but it was, for all intents and purposes, a low percentage throw. You know what I mean? You're throwing a deep ball on 3rd and 2. But again, listen, I'm not – if it works, Sean Payton's a genius. And the game's over because we're in field goal range already with that catch. It didn't work. Bo overthrew it just a little bit,
Yep.
And there was 3 times. There was one, I believe, to Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, and I want to say Troy Franklin, where, like, you got to, like, especially the Mims and the Franklin ones, where, like, you just got to put your head down and run a little bit more. Like, don't look for the ball. Put your head down and run through it a little bit, and then you'll be underneath it, and then you're not having to worry about diving and trying to make a ridiculous, Marvin Harrison against the Titans in 2003 type catch.
Yeah.
Where you're making a one-handed diving stab to save the, to save the play. If you're underneath it at that point, boom, you're running in stride, you're in the end zone. So again, the Broncos were, I'd say a cumulative total of 9 inches away from that being a 3-touchdown blowout. So I'm not panicking. The Patriots shouldn't be panicking.
No, I don't. I'm not really. I took a lot of positives from that game. Yes, 5 turnovers sucks, but you shouldn't be. If you're a Patriots fan and you're watching that game, you should look at that and say, the defense, when they wanted to, stood their ground and made great strides, and the offense moved the ball pretty regularly, even with not a great offensive line. No,
and that again, that's a positive. Now, if the Broncos can come in and do what the Vikings did to the Bengals last week, I'll be thrilled. That's a great get-right game on Monday night in front of the entire country. We get it. And I know there's a doubleheader. We got the Dolphins and the Jets. The Dolphins-Jets as a 7:15 Monday night game.
Yes, someone's going to be 0-4.
Yeah, it's a 7:15 game.
Hold.
I got it right there.
Hold, thank you. Load week 4, you piece of shit.
Let's see. Miami, New York, at the Jets.
Why is that the fucking Monday night 7 o'clock game? God damn you people.
I know. It sucks.
At Miami, too. Why? God damn. The shittiest. That is one of the quietest stadiums in America.
Miami?
They don't care.
There's no rumble in that stadium. I don't know. You know me. I like the Dolphins. I've always rooted for them. I've always been a big fan. I love the Colors. Love Dan Marino. Loved their players. You know what I thought was funny, too? Is Oronde Gadsden's kid's playing for the Chargers now. Like, so I see this kid catch a ball, and his last name's Gadsden. I'm like, Is he related to Oronde? And all of a sudden they're like, Oronde gets and son makes a play. And I'm like, holy shit, it is.
Wow.
I was like, no shit.
Oh, that makes me feel old.
I know, right?
Damn it.
Oronde Gadsden, Miami Dolphins legend, he's got a kid playing in the league now. And
What's
he
he
played
play?
pretty well.
Wide receiver?
Yeah, he played well. He made some big catches against the Broncos. But no, I think with the Broncos, and then you get the Philly game for Denver. I think if Denver goes in and they're competitive against the Eagles, I don't even if they lose the game, as long as they're competitive, I'll be happy. If they get the doors blown off of them, I'm gonna be like we did in Baltimore last year, and that's kind of like you're like fuck, like all right, we're not there yet, because to me Philadelphia is the best team in the league.
Wait, you're not playing Philadelphia this week.
No, we play Cincy on Monday night, but then we go on the road to Philly in Week 5.
Cincy should be an easier game for you because that team looked like a fucking
Jake
mess.
Browning is not Joe Burrow.
Dude, that team was a disaster to watch.
Minnesota just put it on them.
No,
Put it on them, dude. I had Minnesota's defense in fantasy this week. It was glorious.
Did they not practice on offense? The whole team on offense looked at each other like, was that your guy to cover? They're like, no, I thought that was your guy. Nobody looked like they knew what they were doing.
No, they looked bad. So I'm like I said, it's a get right game for Denver, and then you have probably the realest test of the year at Philadelphia. If we can be competitive against Philadelphia, I'll feel good.
Listen,
because if you get blown out like Baltimore blew us out last year, and you're like, all right, on the road in Baltimore, 1:00 game, it's the Ravens. They're coming off an AFC Championship loss. They're mad. We got a rookie quarterback. We're still a little shaky here and there. But if we can get into Philly and be competitive, I feel really good about that coming out. Like if we win, I mean, all the better. It's not that's a huge fucking win for us. Like that's like, okay, so we can, because to me Philadelphia is the best team in the league.
Yeah.
And I said this to somebody the other day and they tried to argue with me. I said, "No, Philadelphia is the best team in the league because they can beat you in multiple different ways." If Jalen Hurts is looking like ass and the offense is slow, that defense is so good that they can win the game for you. So their special teams unit obviously won them the game on Sunday. I mean, can we talk a little bit about Jordan Davis and what an absolute freak of a fucking monster that man is?
Oh God, yes.
At 6'6", 346 pounds, hitting 19 miles an hour on a block kick return. Do you have any idea how fast that man was moving? 19 miles an hour?
No,
that is
like,
that is
insane.
hauling fucking ass. He ran a 4.76 at the combine.
Insane.
That is a fucking blazing fast human being at 6'6", 350.
He's faster than most tight ends.
That's
starting tight ends.
Unfucking believable, dude. Like Jordan Davis. I remember watching Jordan Davis when he was at Georgia.
Yes.
And we were watching the national championship game. My wife and I were watching the national championship game. And I'll never forget, we're in the living room. We weren't downstairs. We were up in the living room for some reason. And we're watching it. And Jordan Davis, just walks this double team right back into the lap of the quarterback. I forget who they played. But he just sticks out his arm, grabs the quarterback by the breastplate and the chest, the jersey, and just rips him to the ground with one arm.
Yep. Penalty in the NFL, probably.
And no, this was clean. I mean, he just grabbed him and just ragdolled him to the ground. And I went, holy shit. And I'm like, my wife was like, what? I'm like, did you just fucking see that? I actually rewound it and made my wife watch it. I said, watch this. I said, this is the most grown man fucking move I've seen in a college football game in a long time. And I said, you what? And she goes, oh my God. And she watched it. And she's like, Jesus Christ. And she's like, how big is that dude? At the time, he was like 370. 360, whatever he was in college.
That's so amazing.
And I'm like, that is a grown man move right there. I'm like, that man is a juggernaut of a human being.
Oh yeah.
And my wife's like, oh, is he going to the NFL? I said, oh yeah. And then he gets drafted by Philly, and I remember being like, no, like, why did you let Philly take this man? Fuck, like that sucks, because he's a fucking animal, dude. He
the house
is
of a human
a
being.
monster. And watching him he crushed that guard. I mean, granted, it was a they double teamed the guard, who had I feel bad for that guy. He had no chance. Like, you're lining up against Jordan Davis, and I forget who was on Jordan Davis's right. But I'm like, I watched them both line up over the guard. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to kill that man. And they did. And Jordan Davis blocks it, grabs it, picks it up, 19-mile-an-hour sprint to the end zone for the icing on the cake. Pissed off everybody in America who had the Rams at 3.5.
Yeah.
Because that made the Eagles cover. And you want to talk about, that was number one on bad beats on SportsCenter on Sunday night. Because, boy, were you pissed if you had that. Imagine that. You had like a 7, 8, 9, 10 leg parlay, and it came down to the Rams. And you're thinking going like, cool, they can miss the field goal. I don't care. They still covered. It's still like, it was what, 8.5 or whatever it was? Or 8 or 7.5.
7.5.
7.5. You're like, great. Who cares? They covered. Doesn't matter. And then you see Jordan Davis rumbling the other way, and you're like, just go down. Just go down. Please, for the love of Christ, go down. Why are you going to score? Please don't run up the score. Fuck! Like, that is going to be absolutely fucking infuriating to watch that have happened.
Didn't something happen with the Packers getting investigated?
I haven't heard. No. I don't know. I know the Packers should be investigated for being an absolute fucking fraud of a football team. But that brings me to my next point. So I was telling somebody, I can't remember, I think it was at work, and we were talking about, I said the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the league because they can beat you in any kind of way. They can win any type of game. You need to, if it's a shootout, they're going to win a shootout, which against that defense, good luck. That defense is going to cough up a couple turnovers, and you're going to get beat if you try to play, have a track meet with the Eagles. That, Jordan Davis, those guys, that defensive front is going to get after you.
Yep.
We saw what they did to Pat Mahomes, only rushing 4 last year. They embarrassed the Chiefs. One of the best offenses that we've seen in the last decade.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't stop them.
That being said, the guy, whoever I was arguing with, was like trying to tell me, like, oh, no, Green Bay is better. Green Bay's, they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And I'm like, no way. No way.
Because a meek of one guy? No.
And my reasoning for this was because when Jordan Love is good, he's great. And I think I've said this on the air before, but if not, I'll reiterate it just so everybody knows and everybody can hear it. When Jordan Love is good, he's great. When Jordan Love sucks, he's Rex Grossman. Like, it's bad. And that's no disrespect to Rex Grossman.
No, that's some disrespect.
But when Jordan Love is bad, he's bad.
Yeah.
He was bad on Sunday. Again, and that was a winnable game against a very bad football team. Like, you've got the ghost of Joe Flacco playing quarterback. How do you lose that game? And I'm sorry, but if the Packers defense is as good as everybody wants me to believe it is with Micah Parsons, how does that defense not score at some point?
It was only 13-10.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How does the Packers defense not score? You got jump ball Joe out there just offering up opportunities for you to score, and nobody can do it. I mean, Micah Parsons, Joe Flacco might be the most standstill quarterback, statuesque quarterback that we've seen since Drew Bledsoe.
He threw only Flacco 140 yards with 1 interception.
How many attempts, though?
36.
That's okay. He put
21
the ball,
completions.
Meaning he put the ball in the air 36 times and you only got him once? I mean, I get it. You held him to 13 points. You should, maybe the blame's going to go on the offense there. And that might be so, but Myles Garrett was having himself a day. And the Cleveland defense is nothing to spit at. I know we love to, we shit on the Browns all the time, but their defense isn't bad. But to only score 10 points on the road in Cleveland and lose 13-10, I'm sorry, but Green Bay may as well just remove themselves from any serious conversation about a championship right now. If that's what we're going to see, if you're capable of that.
Yeah, no shit.
Like because how am I supposed to react to you when you got to play the Philadelphia Eagles in January in Philly?
Yeah.
How am I gonna react to you when Baker Mayfield and the Bucks come to town? You know what I mean? Like how are you gonna handle the Vikings, for Christ's sakes? And I know the Vikings aren't exactly world beaters on offense right now, and J.J. McCarthy's out, but that defense is nothing to spit at.
No, that defense is
really fucking good. I mean, I thought they were going to be a top 3 or 4 defense in the league this year coming in. It was them, Philly, Denver, and insert whoever you really want to round out the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland actually kind of being one of them, so maybe I'm being a little bit harsh, but I don't trust Green Bay. That's my whole point. I don't trust LaFleur. I don't trust Love. I don't trust that team. I don't trust the Packers. I've seen this story from the Packers before.
Right.
I saw it with Aaron Rodgers. I saw it with Brett Favre. I don't need to sit here and act like the Packers are going to win a Super Bowl and pretend. I'm sorry. I would love for, honestly, if it can't be Denver, I really would like the Pack. I wouldn't mind seeing the Packers win one because I do love the aesthetic of a classic team like that winning a Super Bowl.
Once a decade for them.
Once a decade. It's been 20 years, 15 years since they won their last one.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, and before that it was 96.
That's about once a decade almost. Almost.
So you went 14, now 15.
The 2010 ones covers the
Can you name me a team that has had? You've gone from a Hall of Fame quarterback
we
in
can't
Brett
do
Favre
it. We can't do
to
it.
an even better Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers.
We can't do it. We've tried.
And you only have 2 Super Bowl rings to show for it.
We tried.
With 4 appearances, nonetheless.
We had San Francisco. We went from Montana to Young, and they had, what is it, 3, 4 Super Bowls between them?
Well, Young had 1.
Young had 1, but
The
still
94.
Montana had what?
4.
3? Oh, that's right, 4.
Montana had 4.
So we had 5 together. So fuck. Like,
yeah.
You couldn't do it.
You know, Marino, you went from Marino to Jay Fiedler.
Yeah.
That ain't
0.
it, Chief. You know, you went from Tom Brady to Cam Newton. Ain't happening.
No.
You know, you went from John
But
Elway
still,
to Brian
Tom
Griese.
Brady
Nope.
to Cam Newton, 6.
I mean,
Cam Newton's like, hey, I had 0, but
Cam Newton at least got the Panthers to 1. You know, he's
Yes,
got
he
that
did.
going for him. You know, but like you look around the league at Hall of Fame quarterbacks like that. You know, Atlanta, Matt Ryan. You know, they don't. It's not like they go to Michael Penix. Like, no, that's not going to be it. I know they've had other ones since then, but you know what I mean.
no,
you
it
know
was
what I'm saying?
what's his face?
Kurt
You like me?
Cousins. That ain't it, Chief. You know, like no one has had 2, and they had them for like 15 years each.
Plus, yes.
Like, and you did nothing with it. And that's what I think is going to be the most
Generations.
infuriating thing as a Packers fan, is that you've had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers for 30 combined years, and you've only got 4 Super Bowl appearances and 2 wins, and you're 500 in the Super Bowl.
Oh, we had Brett Favre, don't you know?
You know, it's like, God damn, that is embarrassing. I mean, not Cleveland Browns embarrassing, but it's pretty embarrassing.
Cleveland Browns, I have to give it to their fans. They are dedicated to just not winning.
Dude,
like
they suck.
Like the guy that has the jersey with all the quarterbacks of all time since they ever drafted their what was it? Tim Couch came back, was the first quarterback since they came back to the league being reintroduced. I don't know how many quarterbacks they're at. What are they in there? 40s, 50s? Oh, I got to see if I can find that picture. And I'm going to keep talking when I'm looking for that picture. But that guy or those people, I'm not sure if it's a family now, but that has to be the best fan. Well, Jeff Garcia was a one-off. He was actually one of the better ones for the Browns. Jeff Garcia.
Had some pretty wild names go through there. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pull up the list here.
I'm on it. Who the fuck is that one?
I mean, Kelly Holcomb. Let's see. Browns quarterback list. Got it. Let's see. You've got
Where's it stopping at for you? Who's the most recent one you have?
Bailey Zappi.
What's all these blue things on there though?
I have no idea, but here's a quick rundown of the list. Tim Coach, Ty Detmer, Doug Peterson, nice head coach. Spurgon Wynn, I remember him. Kelly Holcomb, Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Gradkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Brandon Whedon, Thad Lewis, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, Connor Shaw, Josh McCown, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler, Robert Griffin III, Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor, Case Keenum, Nick Mullins, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Donald Thompson Robinson, P.J. Walker, Jeff Driscoll, Jameis Winston, Bailey Zappi. That is an alarming amount of names since 1999.
Something's really wrong with this list because
And they got. Did I say Austin Davis?
no.
Okay.
This is 34 names on this jersey, but it doesn't include what's his name, Deshaun Watson. There's no Watson on this one. There's a few other guys missing on this too.
This one only goes to 2015, so yeah, this has already got 8, 12, 8, 16. This has got 24. Thad Lewis, Jason Campbell.
The one with Zappy. The one with Zappy is like a very recent one, but this one, Zappy played after Watson. This jersey doesn't even have Watson on it.
I mean, it's ugly, dude. List of Cleveland Browns starting quarterbacks. Okay, so let's go from 1999. So you had Tim Couch, Ty Detmer, Doug Peterson, Spurgon Wynn, Kelly Holcomb, Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, D.A., Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Gutkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Brandon Whedon, Thad Lewis, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, Connor Shaw, Josh McCown, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler, Robert Griffin III, Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor. Then you had Baker for a couple of years, Case Keenum, Nick Mullins, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, P.J. Walker, Jeff Driscoll, Jameis Winston, Bailey Zappi, and now Joe Flacco. I mean, that is just that's insane. That is insane. Utterly fucking insane, dude. And
38. It's 38
38.
total.
I was going to say, I know it's close to 40. So by the end of this season, it'll probably be 40. Let's be honest, because Joe Flacco's not going to last. They're going to make a change at some point. You know,
Joe Flacco's not going to last because they're going to want to get fucking Sanders in
Shador
there.
Sanders. So there's 39.
After every game,
don't they have another?
Run to Shador.
Don't they have another rookie on the roster right now?
Yeah, the rookie that they were going to play, and then they didn't pull the trigger on it, and they didn't want to play him.
Right. Let me see here. Roster and players. Position. Quarterback. James went to Sean, Dorian Thompson.
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel. Right. Oregon. Duh. I think he's on the practice squad, though. He's not on the active roster. The only quarterbacks they're showing in the active roster right now are Bailey Zappi, Jameis Winston, Deshaun Watson, and DTR. So, Shador, because I think Shador is on IR. Or did he start the season on the PUP list? Something like that.
Shador's on the scout team every week. He's
on
the team.
So you're right, but he's not on the.
He can't be on practice squad. He's on the team. He's on the 53.
No, he's not.
There's no way he's not unprotected because any team can just sign him.
Where is he? He's on the quarterback. It's not showing him on the roster, on the active roster. I'm very confused by this.
He did not get cut.
No, I know he didn't, but oh, okay, yeah, maybe I guess oh, you know what it is? I'm an idiot. Never mind. I was probably looking at last year.
Yeah, no, he's on the 53.
Yeah, he's on the 50. It's Shador, Flacco, Gabriel, Watson, and Zappi.
Jesus Christ.
They have 5 quarterbacks on the roster.
Jesus
right.
Christ.
Okay, sorry, I fucked that up. My bad.
I've
My bad.
never heard of a team since. Oh my God, I can't think of a team ever that's had 5 quarterbacks on the roster ever.
Well, like remember the old adage: if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got none. The fuck does that mean if you got 5? I don't know. It's wild, but again, to my point, I just don't see how the listen. This is a bad loss for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
it's again, but it speaks to what Jordan Love is. When he's good, he's great. When he's not, he's terrible. And let's stop pretending like the Packers are a championship caliber team.
Who's
they got
Jordan
Micah
Love?
Parsons.
Like if we have listeners listening right now, and they're not watching a lot of Green Bay games. I mean, we watch Green Bay games.
I watched most of that game because I have a friend.
I'm hot and cold on Jordan.
Well,
Love.
I have a couple of buddies in the group chat that are Browns fans, so I hate watch the Browns every week because I just honestly because I want to see them lose. Because I love watching the Browns lose because I fucking can't stand them.
Wait, who's the Browns fan? What's his name?
Hungry.
Yeah, Hungry.
Fan.
Okay.
He's called in a few times.
Yeah, way back in the day.
Way back in the day. But I always watch. But I love going back and forth with them. I loathe the Browns. I hate the Browns. They're one of my most hated teams in all of sports.
I remember.
And so I hate watch the fuck out of them. The Green Bay to compare Jordan Love to somebody who is just up and down. Like I want.
It reminds me of Kyle Baller.
No, he's not that bad because Jordan Love because when Jordan Love is good, he's great.
Same with Kyle Baller. Kyle Baller with the Ravens was pretty good at some games.
Bowler never had a good game. Not that I can.
You want to bet?
Listen, I'm gonna.
Dude, he was on some good Ravens teams. Those teams made him look good.
No, he was not.
What the fuck? Yes, he was.
He got drafted in 03. He was terrible. His best season was 04.
Dude, the Brian Billick teams were good Ravens teams.
Yeah, but they were horrible, dude. 13-11 was his best season. He never threw more than 13 touchdowns in a season. He was 9-7 as a quarterback in 04. 05, he was awful. He was 4-5, and he started 9 games. He was 5-4 his rookie year in 03. He had 7 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He had 11 touchdowns and 12 interceptions in 05.
All right.
He was 5-2 in 06 when he started 5 games. He played in 5 games, started 0, and then 07 he started 8 games and he was 2-6, and he had 9 and 10. He had one season with more touchdowns than interceptions.
All right. He
was awful, dude. Terrible. Kyle, I should have been a bowler. You know, like he was bad, dude. I mean, hand cannon for the ages. But horrible. I mean, and again, it's not shitting on Kyle Bowler. He was, it's just he wasn't an NFL quarterback.
Okay, hot and cold. When he's bad, he's bad. When he's good, he's good.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? But even this guy played for a much worse team.
Derek Carr.
David Carr.
Oh, okay. We're thinking of brothers.
We both went with the Carrs on that one. We're sharing a brain on that.
All right.
Sure, but Derek Carr, same thing. When Derek Carr was good, he was great. But when Derek Carr was bad, he was terrible with the Raiders. Same thing with David Carr. You saw the flashes. You saw the potential. You knew he could do it. And David Carr put up some monster numbers in some monster games.
Poor kid.
At times. But he got sacked 72 billion times his fucking first year in the league, and he was never able to really recover because Houston was a bad team at the time. Andy Dalton is one. He's another decent one. Ryan Tannehill, another one that when things are going good, they're great.
Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. Yes.
Russell Wilson. When shit's going good, Russell Wilson's great.
Russell Wilson, R.I.P.
When things are going bad, Russell Wilson is horrible.
Like this past week.
To the point where, Jackson Dart is now starting on Sunday.
See those end zone throws?
Kind of makes me excited to watch the Giants a little bit. I wish they'd started Jackson Dart on Sunday night so I didn't have to watch that ass fest. What the fuck are we doing putting Kansas City and the Giants on Sunday night football? You don't think we would have rather watched the Broncos and the Chargers on Sunday Night Football, or the Raiders, the Eagles or the Rams?
The Eagles and the Rams game would have been wonderful to watch.
What the fuck are we doing putting the Chiefs and the Giants on primetime television in week fucking 3?
The Chiefs kind of struggled.
What the fuck is that?
The Chiefs kind of struggled there for a bit.
Yeah, the Chiefs are kind of sucking mad dicks right now, so it made the game a little bit interesting for a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that Giants defense, I think there's something going on there. Something's brewing with that defense. And if, God forbid, Jackson Dart comes out and starts throwing darts, then maybe the Giants will be something. But what the fuck was that asshole fest on Sunday night that I was forced to watch? I was pissed. Pissed. And what made it worse is that the Chiefs won, and everybody's like, oh, that Mahomes magic. And I'm like, what magic? I mean, you got Russell Wilson out here throwing fucking moonballs that are scraping the fucking ceiling. And I know the Giants don't play in a dome, but they may as well have because Russell Wilson found it. He's like, if there's a ceiling up there, I'm going to fucking hit it.
Dude, Russell Wilson, those 4 end zone throws where they all were into the audience, and the announcers were like,
you know what that reminded me of? It was reminded me of fucking Not Another Teen Movie, where he's like, Wilder, get in there, because the kid gets hurt, breaks his leg. And he goes in there, and it's like playing the Foo Fighters. There goes
my hero.
And he throws it. The guy's wide open. He throws it, and it just goes sailing like 50 yards over the end zone. And the announcer goes, that is the worst throw I've ever seen. Ever. And it's just like, and then the kid comes up to me. He's like, way to blow my perfect season, Mr. Blows My Perfect Season. With his crutches and this thing. Great movie, by the way. He's just like, wham, bam, what the fuck just happened? That was oh my God, I love that movie. But that was what Russell Wilson was doing. Ruck Wilson was Zach Wilder from fucking Not Another Teen Movie. That's what he was.
That was
hauling ass out of the end zone.
I haven't seen that
fastballs.
so fucking long. I have to go back and watch
Little
that.
Miss runs home to her daddy, who ran home to her daddy.
My God,
I fucking love that movie, dude. It's such a good time, like piece of the time. Because obviously it's ripping on it rips on Can't Hardly Wait and what's the other one? The was it Ryan Gosling?
Ryan Can't Hardly Wait and Ryan Gosling.
No, Can't Hardly Wait was one of the movies it ripped on, and then the other
Notebook?
one. Nope, not Notebook. Was it She's All That?
That wasn't Ryan Gosling.
No, who was in that? What movie am I thinking of?
Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Maybe Freddie Prinze Jr.
It's definitely Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah, it was 1999.
That was like peak Freddie Prinze Jr. years.
That's the one where it comes. It's the bet, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the one.
I'm gonna take this incredibly hot
And they're
girl who dresses in baggy clothes and just put her in some really attractive clothes and makeup.
They're like, oh. Yo, yeah, there was a little Cruel Intentions in there too, Destry. That was because what's her name played the Nev Campbell part, the sister, when she's like, why can't I find a guy to take a dump on my chest?
Yes.
Like, but they're like, when they're like looking at her, they're like Janie Briggs, and he's like, oh no, and they're like, look at her, she's got glasses and a ponytail and overalls covered in paint. Oh God, like, and like you can clearly tell she's an absolute smoke show because he's like like the albino chick with the guitar, or like the Siamese twins, like all this shit. They're like, he's like, no, I'm talking about a real bombshell, like a real bombed out, depleted, like. And they go to Janie Briggs. She's got a ponytail and glasses. Oh, like, dude, it was so fucking good. God, I fucking love that movie. But yeah, there was someone, and then like they all like dance to 99 Red Balloons, and the kid's just like sitting there, and he's like got the drink, the spiked punch, and they're like drinking the spiked punch, and they're like, man, when did everyone at our school become a professional dancer? This is kind of crazy. Because it ripped on like every coming of age teen comedy at that point. Like it was just so fucking good.
They didn't make a joke of like how everyone's like, we're all so old at 18.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
And the token black guy is like, I'm just here to say things like, damn, shit, that is whack. Like,
yes.
And then the fucking, they made fun of Friday Night. Was it Friday Night Lights?
Friday Night Lights.
No, not
100%.
Friday Night Lights.
Yes, it was.
No, Varsity Blues.
Oh, you're right. It is Varsity
Blues. Because the kid gets the concussion, the center, Billy Bob. No, Reggie Ray. And he's like, I'd do her. I know you would, Reggie Ray. Like, fucking great movie.
Wow, I haven't seen that in so long.
Dude, all those movies were fucking. Now I look back at it and I'm like, dude, I don't think you could make those movies now.
No, you can't. They all get canceled.
Like American Pie would be like, everybody's like, I can't believe they showed a scene where a girl masturbates on a webcam to the entire audience. That is such a violation. And you're like, yeah, that's what made it fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, same
like,
thing with Tropic Thunder. They're like, you can't do anything that we did in Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, I think comedy ended, original comedies really ended with like Tropic Thunder and Superbad. Those are like the last two like original funny comedies
of
that pushed the envelope, that were like
shit you can do.
Yeah, and then after that it was like, nope.
Yep. Finding out
too close to home.
Finding out that the reason why McLovin got hired is because he legitimately pissed off what's his name in real life.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Jonah Hill was like, I generally do not like this fucking guy.
Yeah, and
they're like, he's hired.
He's hired, right? Yeah, and that's what made it. What a fucking great movie, dude. I love it. No, Destry, I think you're right. I think it is coming full circle. The pendulum is definitely swinging back the other direction.
You think so? I don't know. I don't see anything coming out good that looking good.
Well, no, Hollywood's fresh out of ideas, but I think once this next generation kind of comes up and becomes the people in power, like I think you will see Call of Duty lobbies return to the glory days. I think you will see chat bans become a thing of the past. I think you'll see people start loosening up because you got to remember there's a big gap. Like there's the kids that are like 13 and under right now that are living through all of this that are like, fuck that shit.
This is stupid.
You know what I mean? And it's like their parents are the ones that are like, no, you can't say naughty words online to my child.
And then they rebel against that.
Those are our friends.
Yes.
And so their kids are going to rebel against their parents. And then when they become CEOs and developers and all this other stuff, then that's when the good shit starts to come back.
Yeah.
That's when I'll be like 60 playing Call of Duty again. I'll be like, you young whippersnappers, I'm going to drop my dick right on your mama's chin and then put my balls on your face while I'm at it. And then just be like snuffing kids.
And then you see the kid do this? Kid opens your webcam and you're like, fuck!
Yeah. And I'll just have my balls out ready for it, already waiting.
You're like
who's gay now? Like, yeah.
And kid's like, you've been completely naked this whole time, haven't you?
Yep.
You're like, yep.
It's like, it'll be like chat roulette, you got to wade through the dicks first to find somebody cool. Anyway, 774-992-8702. We're going to wrap this show up. A little bit of a preview. Anything we missed from last week that you wanted to get into? We talked Jordan Davis and the Rams. I think the Rams are, again, I want to just finish with this. The Eagles are the best team in the league. The Rams might be a pretty close second. Matthew Stafford and that Rams team, Jordan Verse is unfucking believable. Puka Nacua is unbelievable. Kyron Williams, unbelievable.
They tried fucking over Puka on a catch.
The Rams were blowing the Eagles out at one point during that game, and let's not let that get lost in the mess that was the end of it. Because of the Rams, I mean, again, but this is why the Eagles are the best team in the league, because it was 26-7 at one point, and they were getting their asses kicked, but they found a way to get back in that game and get it close to the point where, okay, now we have a chance to make a play and win this thing, you know? And they did, and that was awesome. Kansas City, Baltimore, we talked a little bit. Baltimore, let's talk Baltimore, Detroit real quick before we get into week 4.
All right.
We'll finish it up with that.
Baltimore, Detroit last night, fun game to watch if you like no defense.
I am super thrilled for this reason and this reason only. I was nervous as shit that the Detroit Lions were not going to show up to last night's game. That they were just going to be like, whatever. Like, we're on the road. It's Baltimore. We're depleted at, coaching injuries, this and that. I mean, players, got poached and all this stuff. The Detroit Lions delivered a giant double-barrel middle finger to all the doubters and all the haters, including myself. I had some supreme doubts about the Lions coming into this season. I had some major doubts about what they were going to be capable of. I don't know if they've put them all to rest, but they put a lot of them to rest for me last night. The way they went into into Baltimore, and handled that Ravens team,
yeah.
I mean, they were up Lamar Jackson's ass.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry got his, for the most part. I mean, 50 yards and a touchdown is not a great game for him.
No.
But the Ravens found ways to, what was it? Bateman was all over the place. Mark Andrews was all over the place.
Andrews had 100 yards receiving.
Yeah, no shit. Could have used that for Zay Flowers. Would have hit my fucking parlay, you douchebags. But the Ravens, I don't know which way the Ravens are going right now. They have way too much talent and way too many good players to not be a playoff team or a team that can make a deep run. But what the fuck is going on with the Ravens, Sean?
Why are the Ravens...
Why are they sucking?
In all 3 games...
Looking like ass?
No, the Ravens have just abandoned the run. All 3 games.
Well,
They're
not necessarily.
scoring...
I mean, Derrick Henry, my chocolate stud pony, ran wild over the Bills.
In week 1?
Yeah.
They lost.
I know, but he ran wild over him.
Yeah, and they lost. And then week 2, he ran not at all. They won. Didn't run at all.
Yeah, they didn't. They threw it.
They abandoned the game.
But they won but they put up a 40 burger in that.
And then this game, they gave him the ball 12 times, 50 yards, so 4.2 run average. But then after they gave him the ball 12 times and he fumbled, they stopped giving him the ball. They ran the ball 12 fucking times. They're just abandoning the run. Why?
And this is why I don't trust Harbaugh when push comes to shove in the playoffs.
He just keeps giving the ball to Lamar.
I get it. You want Lamar to be the guy. I understand it. Like, it's cool, like, whatever. But, like, dude, this isn't it.
Do you think Lamar is changing the play himself? Part of me thinks it's Lamar doing it now.
If it was Lamar, it would be a bigger deal because Harbaugh would have to make a bigger deal about it and have to say something publicly.
I don't think Harbaugh has the balls to do it.
I don't think I do because listen, who's going to get fired first, Harbaugh or Lamar? Harbaugh. If Harbaugh doesn't curb that shit, he's out the door. Lamar is making way too much money to get fired, traded, anything. Lamar's job is very safe, at least for another year or 2. Now, Harbaugh, on the other hand, if this team right here, let's say hypothetically they lose to the Chiefs next week and they're 1-3, and this season goes off the rails a bit for them, this is way too loaded, way too talented of a team for Harbaugh to survive a down, like in a bit like a disappointing 8-9, the 7-10 season.
Yeah.
Like, if that happens, I think it's over for Harbaugh in Baltimore. Yeah, I don't see how it's not.
He can't have a Jeff Fisher like season.
Because you're gonna right, or even like a 9-8 season.
No.
You're gonna look at them and go, and they're on and they miss the playoffs. You're gonna look at them and go, what the fuck? How do you have Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Bateman, all these guys? We've given you everything you've asked for, everything you've wanted, and you can't find a way to win 12, 13 games? I mean, which they've done pretty routinely. They've been 11 to 13 win team for pretty much Lamar's entire existence in the NFL. And again, like we always talk about, Last night was a perfect example of when does Lamar always shine? Now, week 3 on Monday Night Football, week 7 on Monday Night Football. He comes out and he balls out. And then January comes and it's the playoffs and he's just like, I don't know what a football is.
Yep.
I don't know how to do this.
Last night, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked great throwing the ball.
But he gets sacked so many times.
Yeah.
He was under pressure so many times. And if it wasn't for his insane athleticism, I don't think this game is even close.
But there's nobody backing Henry up. When Henry's not in the game, they know they're throwing the ball. I think that's a bigger tell, too. When Henry's
the
not in
thing
the
is,
game,
you
they're
still have
like,
to account for Lamar running it. So,
but they're not letting Lamar run it as much. He ran, what, yesterday, 7 times for 30 yards I just saw?
You can scheme against that, but again, Lamar's athleticism is so out of pocket that if you don't, even when you do scheme for it, it's still tough to stop. Now, you're right. When Henry's running the ball and that machine is well oiled and moving, that's a tough offense to stop, dude. They are a wagon.
Henry is a guy where, sure, if you give him the ball 12 times 50 yards, yeah, it doesn't look like much in a small formation, but he's a wear you down. The defense is going to be tired of tackling him, guy. You need to consistently keep giving him the ball. They're not using him correctly.
I want to see Derrick Henry get no less than 20 carries a game.
Correct. And they're not doing it.
No less.
They're not giving him carries.
The man is unbelievable. Like, this isn't like we're not saving him for January at this point. You're staring at a 1-3 start in the first 4 weeks of the season. You're 1-2 right now. And now listen, and somebody made a point of this last night. I forget who it was, but I was listening to somebody that said, "Hey, if you had told me the Broncos were going to have the exact same record as the Chiefs and the Ravens 3 weeks into the season, I'd have taken that all day."
And then
I said, "Oh, that's great. We're off to a great start." Wrong. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Up is down, down at left is right. The Ravens look like shit right now. And it's not because they're not, but that defense is young, it's inexperienced. They do have some new pieces on it. But this is not a defense that should be giving up 15-point fourth quarter leads with 4 minutes or 5 minutes to go.
No.
This is not a team that should be allowing, Jared Goff, who played extremely well last night and looked like the Jared Goff that got the Rams to the Super Bowl and looked like Jared Goff of last year. He was all over all over that Ravens defense. He had their fucking number last night. And it was fun to watch. It was awesome. And I'm happy for Jared Goff. I love Jared Goff. I love Dan Campbell. I love this Detroit team. I really do. I'm glad that they kind of put to bed a lot of my doubts and a lot of my fears that they had lost too much in terms of players and coaches exiting the building and they weren't able to replenish them. If Dan Campbell is able to put this team in the playoffs and get them there and make a run, I'm not even saying make a Super Bowl run. I mean, I'm just saying like divisional round, maybe get to the conference championship. I think it's time we start recognizing Dan Campbell for being the great coach, one of the better coaches in this league. Because that's going to be
especially after this season
with the mass exodus that they had in this offseason. And again, that happens when, good teams, reach their peak and if you don't win, you're going to lose a bunch of guys that kind of have to start over a little bit. You're going to lose coordinators. You're going to lose this. But Dan Campbell is doing such a good job keeping this train on the tracks. If they're able to get this team deep into the playoffs, I mean, my apologies for ever doubting you, Dan. Not that I didn't think you were capable. I just thought that even for any coach that this was going to be too much.
Right.
It wasn't picking on Dan Campbell or the Lions. I just thought that this was going to be too much for anybody to handle. It's very rare that we see a team lose that much and still continue on. Now, this was a statement win last night for the Detroit Lions. A statement win. And I'm thrilled that they pulled it off. Because, A, they're an NFC team coming in and beating a major AFC powerhouse, so it helps the Broncos in the long run. Selfishly, I'm happy for that. Now the Chiefs have to play the Ravens next week. That's a win-win for me. Regardless of who wins that game, it's a win-win. Obviously, I'd rather the Ravens win it, but if the Chiefs win it, okay. It might eliminate the Ravens from that wild card contention early.
How would you rank the Ravens defense out of all 32 teams?
They got to be 29, 30.
They are 32 out of 32.
32 out of 32. Yeah, they're horrible.
They are allowing a league-leading 415 yards per game.
How many points per game are they giving up right now? Because they gave up, 40-something to Buffalo week 1. They gave up, I want to say, 10 last week and then a 38 last week.
they're also 32nd in most points. They're also the worst scoring defense in the league, too.
That makes
They're
sense.
averaging 32.3 points a game.
There it is.
Holy shit. Next team? Oh, you know what? They're tied. So I can't. I guess I shouldn't say they're dead last by themselves. They're tied with Miami, who's also giving up 32.3 points a game.
Also makes sense.
Also makes sense. Here's another bad statistic. They're giving up the most rushing yards per game. They're giving up 153 yards per game rushing.
That's terrible.
That is bad.
So this defense is the problem. They got to figure this thing. They got to get this defense right. Harbaugh's got to get this defense doing at least better than nothing, because that's really all they're giving them right now is nothing. And I did not have the Ravens being, through 3 weeks of the season, the league's worst defense. Not even close. Cincinnati, sure, could have seen that.
Even Miami,
sure. Arizona, fucking send it. You know what I mean? Like whatever. There was plenty of team. New Orleans, the worst team in the league.
Oh God,
not even close. Going to be picking number 1 overall, which. Maybe all of a sudden they're looking at Arch Manning and going like, maybe it's better we don't draft Arch Manning right now. But nonetheless, I'm excited for Detroit. Baltimore, you got to be on your heels. You got to be reeling right now. There is no stressing the positive if you're the Baltimore Ravens. This has been a disastrous start to the season. You've played 2 good teams and you've lost to them both in absolutely brutal fashion.
I just don't get it. Every single week. You just see it. The Ravens are putting up points, but they're also just letting the floodgates open too.
Yeah.
They just can't stop anybody.
Nope.
So I don't know. But they got to control the run game. They've lost time of possession every single game. Even the game they won, they lost time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to fucking run the ball, control the clock.
Indeed. 774-992-8702. We're going to wrap it up here with a little bit of a Week 3 preview.
Week 4.
Sorry, Week 4 preview. Who do the Patriots got this week? You guys have
Panthers.
Panthers, right? All of a sudden, not such an easy, winnable game as we might have thought preseason, but still should be a winnable game for the Patriots. It's in Gillette, correct? Or are you guys on the road?
I think we're on the road.
I think you might be on the road. For
Hold
this one,
on. I can't remember anymore. I'm brain dead. No,
you're in
New England. You should win this game. You should win it and be 2-2.
I'm gonna take New England. I'll lock it in right now. I'll take New England to win.
And you know
game.
what? You're leaving. I thought you were gonna leave September 3-1. If you leave September 2-2,
not the end of the world.
No, good job.
Not the end of the world at all. In terms of games, I'm looking forward to. Let's see. We got Minnesota at Pittsburgh from Dublin at 9:30 a.m. Don't forget to set your fantasy lineups, boys.
Oh God, I hate that.
I
shit.
fucking hate that shit. As a reminder, don't forget we have a 9:30 a.m. game between the Vikings and the Steelers. 2 teams that I would say have a lot of fantasy potential players on them. So make sure you get that right.
P.S. Aaron Rodgers was hanging out at Mills Tavern 2 nights.
Where?
Mills Tavern. It's in Providence.
Oh no shit.
Restaurant. Good restaurant too. If you've never had it.
Interesting.
He went back-to-back nights.
Shit, good for him. Then we've got, let's see, the Redskins at the Falcons. Again, I don't know what, Jaden Daniels already hurt, already banged up.
My favorite game of the week. Oh, sorry, not to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
Bucks-Eagles.
Bucks-Eagles.
That's going to be a barn burner because I'm looking forward to Mayfield playing against the Eagles.
That is the 1 o'clock game that I will be paying the most attention to, obviously. That's my go-to for the 1 o'clocks. When you look at the slate, like Washington, Atlanta, Buffalo, New Orleans, Detroit, Cleveland, New England, Carolina, Chargers, Giants, but Philly and the Bucks, and then Houston, Tennessee, divisional matchup, who cares? But Philly Bucks is going to be great. Brother Baker, the touchdown maker. It's in Tampa, too. So that's an old school, early 2000s, rivalry that, we saw a lot of great games with Gruden and
Buccaneers,
Reed.
a sneaky, dangerous team.
Bucks are very sneaky, dangerous. 4 o'clock games, Rams, Colts. That's actually a pretty intriguing game. Because
right now, yeah.
3-0. Let's see what the Colts are really made of because now they're going to face a team that's kind of rolling. Jacksonville at the Niners. Who cares? Baltimore, KC at 4:30. And Chicago, the Raiders at 4:30.
Can the Bears
Baltimore,
do it again?
No.
Well, I'm saying I shouldn't say Bears. Can Caleb do what he just did last week and throw 5 touchdowns?
No. I don't
that was a crazy performance.
I don't think he's going to throw that. Dallas, I feel like, is dead in the water though. They're a dead stick, dude. We knew Dallas was just whatever. That's embarrassing. To give up 5 touchdowns to Caleb Williams is horrendous. Baltimore KC will be the 4 o'clock game I'll be watching the most because naturally. Actually, I'm sorry. Rams Colts is going to be is more intriguing. To
I
me.
feel like around here is going to play Ravens Chiefs.
Baltimore KC. I'm intrigued. I'm interested to see because I want to see who comes out of that 1-3. Somebody's going to lose.
I feel like the Chiefs might win that game at this point.
I do too. I feel like the Chiefs in Arrowhead can put together a win because the Ravens just seem to not know how to figure themselves out right now. And if Kansas City's offense has been struggling, hey, the 32nd ranked defense is in town. Let's go get right. And then Sunday night, you've got Packers, Cowboys, which is just bleh.
I feel like Packers are going to smoke them.
2 weeks in a row, we're going to get. It'll probably be a good game, to be quite honest, because the Packers are not that. They're not world beaters, and Dallas, you don't know what you're going to get with them. And then, of course, Monday night doubleheader. Don't forget that. All you fantasy players, you get the Jets at the Dolphins.
Cares? Jets, Dolphins.
And then Bengals at the Broncos, which would have been cool if Joe Burrow was playing, but now I feel like it's going to be kind of lame. Obviously, I'm taking the Broncos to get right in that game. But, yeah, Monday night will be interesting. No Manning cast, though, so that kind of sucks. A little disappointed with that. I was like, the Broncos get on Monday night, and we don't get Peyton and Eli to talk about Bo Nix and the Broncos, and that kind of pissed me off because they'll be back next week in Week 5. But it is what it is, I guess, because maybe the doubleheader, they didn't know what game to do or whatever. But obviously, you got to do the Broncos game if you're Peyton, right? Eli has no ties to the Jets or the Dolphins. Peyton's got all the ties to the Broncos. I don't know. I thought that was a pretty easy layup, but guess I'll just go fuck myself. NASCAR is at Kansas this week. Looking forward to that. That's a fun track. I really enjoy it. Should be a good one. I'm probably going to go Toyota heavy on this one. There was some big-time drama on Sunday at New Hampshire between Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs, teammates at Joe Gibbs Racing.
Why?
So Joe Gibbs obviously owns Joe Gibbs Racing.
Makes sense.
Ty Gibbs is Joe Gibbs' grandson.
Makes sense.
Denny Hamlin is Joe Gibbs'
nephew.
His stable. That's his pony.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his,
I thought it was going to be also family.
That's his stud racehorse. That's the guy that's won him tons of races.
Okay.
Denny Hamlin got a little bit sick of the way Ty Gibbs was racing him and decided that he was just going to move him. And when he moved him, he sent him into the wall and ended his day. And it is going to make it had to have made for a very interesting conversation in the Monday morning meetings at Gibbs Racing.
Smack me in the ass, you motherfucker.
You smack me in the ass, you dumb fuck. Considering Ty Gibbs' name is on the fucking building, it's got to make for an interesting. And Ty Gibbs' comment after the race, said, what they asked him, like, how he felt about Denny and this and that. He goes, it just doesn't matter how I feel now. He goes, I'm just really looking forward to racing next week.
Oh,
because,
good. Oh, good.
Denny Hamlin's racing for a championship. Ty Gibbs is not. Ty Gibbs is not in the playoffs. Denny Hamlin is.
He puts it in reverse as soon as the race starts.
If Ty Gibbs wrecks out Denny Hamlin going into the Charlotte Roval, because we have this week is Kansas, then we have the Roval for the final round before we go to Vegas, Dega, and Martinsville. Mm-hmm. So we've got 6 races left for the season. That's it. And we're getting close. So we're coming up on the end of round 1 of the second round, the round of 12. We've got, obviously, this week is Kansas, and then the Charlotte Roval is a huge wild card. So anytime you have a road course in there, Shane Van Gisbergen, who's already been eliminated from the playoffs, is probably not going to make it. Is probably going to win it, I mean.
Yep.
Which means everybody else is going to have to avoid catastrophe at every corner because that's what the Roval brings. It's chaos. It's just wrecks upon wrecks and guys driving overly aggressive and doing dumb shit. So it's a huge wild card of a race. If Ty Gibbs does something to Denny Hamlin detrimental in this race, he will go from being one of the most hated racer, because everybody thinks he's a nepotism baby.
Yeah.
He will go from being one of the most hated to one of the most loved in a matter of one race. Because everybody hates Denny Hamlin, except Denny Hamlin fans. I mean, I don't hate Denny. I actually like Denny. I think Denny's pretty cool. But he's Denny. And if you don't, to know Denny is to love Denny kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Denny Hamlin is one of those dudes, bro. Like, if you don't like him, you hate him.
So you think he's going to pick, a song to sing as he's coming to the side and just crash into him?
There goes my hero.
Pick a better song than that.
I mean, I'm sure we could think of something, but nonetheless.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from. He's smashing it.
There's going to be some Creed in there, right? But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I'll post my picks up on Saturday, Saturday night, Sunday morning before the race. We did pretty well this week. We didn't hit the winner. I did say that Blaney or Logano was probably going to win it, and was going to be a Penske guy, but their odds were so cheap, they were so expensive, I couldn't bet them. They were like plus 250 and plus 400.
Yeah.
Blaney won it. He gets on to the round of 8, so he's into the round of 8. So we get Vegas, Dega, Martinsville, 3 races that that Ryan Blaney always seems to excel at. 3 places he always seems to excel at. So he's looking very good to win a second championship right now. But it's going to be a fun race. I'm looking forward to it. Kansas is a fun track. It's fast. It's tight. It's a lot of fun. It's a good day. So I'm looking forward to it. But we'll put the picks up so you can see them on the Row 1 Seat 1 Facebook page, so you can tell them. I had Seabell winning it. I had Seabell, William Byron.
I feel like Bell comes up a lot this year.
Briscoe. I think everybody. I think all 4 of my drivers finished in the top 7, but we didn't get the win. So once again, it's just been like, kind of like it's just, this year's been a struggle bus, no lie. I mean, we are way behind on wins. I had 11 wins last year.
Wow.
With 11 more that, with guys leading on the last lap or took the white flag as the leader, or, and we ended up with 11 wins. This year we've got 3.
Okay.
So the law of averages, I guess it is what it is, but it's just this year's been a struggle bus, dude. I don't know what it is. I feel like my formula had been pretty good. I wasn't really going to change it up. But I've maybe put a little too much stock into Slick Willie this year, but nonetheless, I don't know if I would have picked guys that won races that weren't Slick Willie. Because again, it comes down to the odds. I'm not looking for the guy that's plus 450 to bet on.
Yeah.
I always put it in the post that, hey, I think this guy's going to win. I'm not betting on him, but I think he's going to win. So look for that in my post.
So someone's like, I feel like being a little frisky.
Yeah, so, if you're being frugal and you're like, hey, I really think this guy's going to win. But like Ryan Blaney going off at plus 250 to win this week, I was like, no fucking way I'm betting Ryan Blaney at plus 250. I'm not betting $10 to win $2.50. That's insane.
Stupid.
This is racing. Like, one bad pit stop can cost you so much track position you never see the front again.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the things, mechanical failures, wrecks, like all that shit. No way. So, again, I always put that little caveat in there, like, hey, this is the guy I think is going to win, but we're swinging for the fences here. We're trying to get big wins. We hit one a couple weeks ago with Seabell, got off the snide. I feel like we've got a good run coming up. These are pretty good tracks. I feel like I already kind of have an idea who I'm picking for the rest of the season, really. And then we get to the end. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Austin Cindric gets into the championship 4. That would be great. Because if a Penske car gets in the championship 4 at Phoenix, already bet on to win the championship. That would be great.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We will see. But we'll leave it there, Sean. We will not be back next week. Again, just a reminder, we won't have a show next week. We will be off. I have to work. I can't be here next week, so it is what it is. We're taking a week off, so you'll have to. I might maybe do like a little emergency broadcast on Monday night.
Ooh.
Maybe after the Broncos-Bengals game, I'll come on and do a little live stream.
What, fucking 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Shit.
Who cares? Or I'll just at least record something and put it up on Spotify so you have something to listen to.
All right, there you go.
Which, again, you can get us on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on all of them. And be sure to give us a like and a share on the Row 1 Seat 1 Facebook page. That's where all of our other content comes from. Our intern Miguel has been MIA for a while, so
fuck.
I
gotta get on him.
We'll have to crack the whip and get him back to posting funny shit. But nonetheless, thank you everybody for joining us.
DCA strike.
Yeah, all right. For Mr. Betancourt and Plizzy, who couldn't be here again tonight, I am Joey Fats. This is Row 1 Seat 1, and we'll catch you all in 2 weeks. Peace.
Adios.
Track